everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at more of my Pokemon region. A new episode of Minecraft vs Animation will be coming out soon. Sorry, I'm not feeling that well. Here is the Pokemon map, which you guys have already seen. But something new I did is I put every Pokemon, I think almost all Pokemon, into this Pokedex thing. Flappage is a grass flying. I also added some shading to them. Vigio, grass flying. Saladactyl, grass flying. Enelip, fire. Ufalin, fire. Ufalip, fire Astro. Scrubbin, water. Hycrabic, water. And Rapaclaw, water steel. Crillax, bug. Crespi, bug dark. Chromax, bug dark. Rainella, water flying. You could probably guess where I got the name from. Rain and umbrella. Flaretros, flare, which is fire, and then Tross, which is something my dad did. I'll ask him the meaning of it later and I'll put it in the description or comments. Next, we have our rodent for our region. Nextender, a normal type. Icicle. Yes, you have to say that every time you use this guy in battle. I think I should make it an ice poison, but I could also make it just a pure ice type. You tell me in the comments. Ice blocks, water fighting. I should probably do that. Let's just get this and do fighting. Water fighting. Now we're going to need this for the next Pokemon. First off, notice how this one has the same name, Ice Blocks. So this isn't an evolution. This is like so you know Morpeko, who can change when it's hungry. This one can change whether it's cold or warm. So this one has the ability freeze. I should probably write that. That has the ability freeze. And then this one has the ability melting. I don't think these are real abilities, and if they actually do something else, but that's how they work in my region. So how they work is if Ice Block's ice form is hit with a fire move, it uses its ability melting and it becomes a water fighting type, which means it's actually good against its opponent now, so that's good. Now if Ice Block's water version is hit with an ice type move, or that's it, it uses its ability freeze. But yeah, they have the same base stat total, but in different places. I'm gonna write the ice type now. Update available. Not yet, I'll do that later. Thank you, Chrome OS. I read case. Who's case? I hope that's not a bad word and I just said that. Jawash. Jaw and wash. It's a shark with jaws and it can wash because it's a water ground type. So a bit about this Pokemon. Jawash was a shark. It used to be a Sharpedo until it transferred into my region. Jawash loved playing with people, but the kids weren't allowed in the water because Sharpedo looked too scary. So Jawash grew some legs and became cuter. So it's able to walk on land, making it a water ground type instead of a water dark type, I believe. So yeah, that's about it. But Jawash is really friendly. He's like Ash's Dragonite from, I think, Generation 8? Pokemon Journeys? Did he even have a Dragonite in that one? Oh no, one of them he had a really friendly Dragonite. Don't question why I made the ground type light blue. I'll change it. There we go. Me personally, this is like one of my favourite designs with the eye highlights. Mace. It's a rock type cheetah with a mace as a tail. I feel like that's awesome. The design could use some work, but there are rocks everywhere on his body that could be changed a bit. And its legs look weird. But yeah. Until one of my favourite inspirations, Newtmare. Newtmare is a water dark type. So I don't know if you guys know the song Newt Newt by CG5. You should definitely check it out. I'm not sponsored. Can you even get sponsored by a song? Imagine if you could get sponsored by a song. Newtmare is a dark water type. It looks into people's souls, and once it's gotten their attention, its wings, these bits pop out. It's kind of like a demon penguin from CG5 roasting him so much. So yeah, this is kind of like Morpeko, but it doesn't have another form, it just stays a demon. Yeah. Now, this is my fairy line. My fairy line based off of, scones, because my Pokemon is based off of America, England, and Africa. So I did an English dessert. Cremone. So Cremone's basically just the top, but the scone that he lives in is made by humans so he can live in it, and then soon after he becomes one with it. When Cremone is on top of it, scones never mould. Everyone is always happy around it because it gives off a sweet scent. But yeah, it's kind of like Flabébé with its flower, but this has a scone and it doesn't. But Cremone doesn't fly. But here's its evolution. Warzone, the fairy fighting type. I didn't know it was going to be fighting, but now I thought about it, it kind of does look like a fighting type. Maybe. Awesome. Scramone has evolved into a knight with a shield as one arm and holds another shield. Warzone has now gained body-like armor, which is just jam. So it's not actually armor, but now it's jam. And he's half dinosaur, but he doesn't have a tail. Talking about tail. Dang it, I should have added a tail. I'm going to add that. Not to this guy. To his evolution. Skamite. The fairy dragon type. To be honest, I have no idea if that's a type. You totally don't see me adding a tail right now. No, oh, dang it. I've really got to get better at doing that. There. And then fill. There we go, all done. Skamite, the dragon fairy type. Skamite has not only become a knight with scone boots, a scone shield, and a scone sword with whipped cream as the actual blade. He also has a helmet which is a bunch of whipped cream on top. His tail is gonna be a blob of jam. Sure, we'll go with that. Blob of jam. It's gonna be a blob of jam. I'm kind of going along with this as I go. I have no script whatsoever. I really need to start doing that, but I haven't posted in a while, so I'm trying to keep you guys entertained. Next, you guys know these, Rockachu. Actually, do you guys know Rockachu? I know you know Bikagan, but I don't know if you know Rockachu. Was he in the last video? But yeah, he's a Pikachu who was covered in rocks and then became one with it, and its tail has evolved into a digging hand fist. Pikagan, you already know this. Pigset, a fire type with a sunset on its back. Fire rock type with a volcano on its head. Toxlider, flying poison type. Sorry I'm going so fast, but I don't have much time. Toxlider, flying poison type. I like the hair highlights. Next we've got Lekpecker, pure flying electric, flying grass. So it's a brother of, a descendant of Corviknight, but instead of getting armor with metal, it only got half and then wanted to live with the plants instead of going to war and taking people everywhere they want. It still can if they want to, but instead of being a taxi for everyone, it just lives with the plants. So yeah, that's the flying line. I have a few regional birds in this, don't I? Oh well, this isn't my regional bird. This is just like some later birds that you see in the game. Eevee, the normal type Eevee evolution of Eevee. My personal favourite. Eevee still has the unstable DNA. So Eevee can have most types. I say most. Every one of the types that Eevee can actually get. Its normal version shows the three main types: electric, water and fire. The first three Eevee evolutions. But still in this form it can still access other types. But Its shiny represents some of the other types. That includes poison, dark, water, grass, and fairy. I know there's no poison type Eevee yet, but I am going to make one. Because I've put it in the shiny, so it's gonna happen. Next is Astrani. Boy version, girl version. They share the same Pokedex because they have the same type of and everything. Everything's the same about them except the colour and ear shapes and belly shapes. But yeah, pure Astro type. And they evolve in two. This is for the boy version, Space Op, Astro Electric type. I should probably put that in, but I'm not going to because I don't have much time. This is the boy version, and he evolves into this with his little cottontail. And then this is Space Op, the girl version. This is a Astro Fairy type. Oh, it could be an electric, I don't know what I'm going to put it as. Regional Lapras, let's go baby. Flying type. Snorlax, an electric type. And this is a evolution of Girafarig. Fugutulaf. Fuguta in Japanese, I believe, or according to Google Translate, means twins, and Raf means, well, giraffe. So yeah. It's a two-headed being, so its head on the back has become more intelligent and has gained more power. So the top had to as well, so now it's a very dark type. So the main head still stays in control, but the bottom head still tries to overtake my favourite dog, Damnflation. Fire dog, that's all I gotta say. It's a firefighter, but instead of putting out fire, it makes fires. Thundama. In my region, it's very high tech. It's after Nintendo Switches and everything else in the world. So Nintendo Switches and other game consoles have become fossils. So if you restore a fossil, you get this thing. Thundama. It's an electric rock type. You can also use another item to make it what it usually was, which is an electric steel. Here's my pseudo legendaries. These are all based off of the African crane, Chickean. This is, I know it says chick, like a chicken, but it's based off of a crane. It's a crane, baby crane, which is still in its egg. Like, that's how most of them, yeah. Evolution. This is a flying steel type. Crantolion. So it has cranes as talons, so it's Crantolion. It's a toe, but also a talon, so it's Crantolion. Chompy. I don't know why that doesn't have an M. That's supposed to have an M. It's Chompion. I need to change that. Sorry, this is gonna bug me. Chompion. There we go. Its beak is now the crane. They're extremely tall. They only have one leg now as the base, so they can grab things. To move, they hop along on the giant foot, but to stay in place like in battle, it uses its claws and digs them into the ground. Popexic, it's a poison type lollipop. There's not much to say about this. It bounces because it only has one leg and it's a lollipop. Its evolved form is Lolligun. If it makes 5 friends, it can become, well, including himself, so he only needs 4 other friends. He can become Lolligan. Main head, bap, 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 bap. So the origin is lolly, so like a lollipop, and then gon, like a pentagon. And then, the mascots. These are going to be like well, it's not going to be a game, but if it was, these would be the box art legendaries. Astropup and Ashstrike. See ya in the next one.